just got home. Stopped in to grab some lunch real quick. Got to head back to work in just a little bit, but wanted to go ahead and make a video for you guys. It looks like it's pretty much official at this point. We're gonna give everybody a second to jump on, and then we'll kind of talk about it here for a second. Quick shout out to BVD, man. I hope you're doing okay. I know there's some stuff going on. Kind of worried about you, man. Hope everything's okay. What's going on, DC? There we go. What's going on, everybody? Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. It's the first time watching it. Do that for me. I really appreciate it. Those of you that are here, thank you so much for being here. Again, we're going to give everybody a few minutes just to kind of jump on. I'm going to go through it, but I only want to go through it like one time. I don't want to go through it 10 times because this is going to be a nightmare. What's up, Dawg West? What's up, Samuel Pate? Who else in here? Bryce Horton, how you doing, sir? Greatly appreciate you guys being on. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. A lot more content. I was actually in the process of making finish video editing my thoughts on Texas and Oklahoma joining the SEC, and then this news came out. Hats off to shout out to Keith Carr. He actually messaged me. He was like, "Hey man, it's like you need to go live with this right now." And I was like, "Man, like you're right, I probably do." What's going on, Tim Welts from Dalton, Georgia? I go to Dalton all the time, man. What's going on, Celine? Yes, sir. Champ's here. What's up, DJ? Husker Gray, how you doing? All right, guys, we're starting to get 15 to 20 people in here, so we're going to go to it. It looks like they just announced, and when I say just announced, I mean the schools announced that they're not going to be renewing their 2025 license agreements for television contracts. Pretty much the only reason they would do that is because they're looking to make the transition to the SEC. One of the facts that I uncovered was recently Disney has gotten involved to the tune of like $3 billion, and now that's going to be a major change with Oklahoma and Texas coming into the mix. Texas being a team that's got a huge brand name, even though they don't necessarily have any results to show for it the past 10 years or so. I think they've had one 9-win season and one 10-win season in the past 10 or 11 years. But the name brand is strong. I think they brought in like $100-something million last year for their team. And I think Oklahoma was like $140,000. What's going on, guys? Thoughts and prayers to BVD. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that, guys. Having some issues with my chat. It just kind of flickers here. I don't know what's the deal with this thing right now, but we're trying to get it figured out. So bear with me. So, Michael Porter. So many things to talk about when it comes to the SEC allowing, I guess, Oklahoma and Texas to come into the mix. This is kind of give you guys a little teaser of the other video I'm going to put out. Texas and Oklahoma not signing their contracts is a huge deal. This means the Texas Longhorn Network is going to go away. You're not going to be able to bring that business over to the SEC. They're just not interested in that kind of nonsense. There's a lot of Texas fans that this really upset quite a while back. Whenever they came out with the Texas Longhorn Network, it was always a nightmare to get the channel, to be able to watch it. And then as Texas began to falter in their strength of a program, it was hard to justify spending that kind of money on a program that was going to, maybe win 6 or 7 games a season. So that hurt them pretty bad. They're not going to be able to have that in the SEC. That's just not going to fly. So that's out the door, which is good for Texas fans, good for college football. No one team should have their own network. I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. If you like your team, you're not the Yankees. Sorry, you're not. You're a college football team. You need to get in. You need to get in a row with everybody else. On top of that, I am also. I heard another YouTuber mention this. I'm looking very much forward to hearing these Oklahoma fans and these Texas fans chanting SEC. So you guys go ahead and get in practice for that. Down here, it just means more. And apparently y'all agree. That's why y'all are coming over here. What's going on? Man, this chat thing is just screwing up. What's up, Sarah? So, I don't know how they're going to restructure it, but they have said that the pod rotation system's off. Not doing that stuff, which is good. That's ridiculous. We had a person the other day who was trying to explain how to make all that work. I'd like to think I'm of at least average intelligence, maybe a little bit below average intelligence. And when I'm sitting there and It seems like a bunch of nonsense to me. Looks like they might be moving Alabama and Auburn over to the east, and then Oklahoma and Texas to the west. This would make sense geographically speaking, I guess. And then they're also going to shift Missouri over to the west. So I don't know. I don't know how they're going to plan this out. I got to tell you though, I'm not a real big fan of this. I think this is a little bit silly. It basically looks like Texas and Oklahoma are doing all they can to save their programs. Now, Oklahoma's in a much better position than maybe Texas is. But I saw a meme on Facebook or something the other day that said that scene from Finding Nemo where Dory and Marlin are jumping out of that big stream, and it said, "Find your exit, buddy." So now you got Oklahoma and Texas. I think we know which one's the exit, buddy. We know which one's Dory. All you Texas fans, calm down. Welcome to the SEC. Glad to have y'all, I guess. But take notes. You have just messed up. You have royally stepped into the arena of behind kickings. You're not going to be playing any more of them wimpy big 27 teams. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Texas, since they're not renewing their contract, Oklahoma's not renewing their contract. This change is likely not going to happen till probably 2025, so it's down the road. But it is coming. I'm interested to see how this is going to work with the 12-team playoff system. We'll see how that pans out. But as of right now, I think it's just going to be a big mess for a little while. I think Oklahoma is probably going to be a contender because they tend to be. I think this could potentially be very dangerous for Texas entering a program like this where, you know, kind of the only caveat you guys had was, oh, well, you know, it's different out here in the Big Ten. Well, Missouri thought that too, and now look at Missouri. They came to the SEC and they had some success for a little while, and then they got worked on. Texas right now, I don't feel like is in a strong enough position to be able to compete in the SEC week in and week out. I mean, don't get me wrong, you guys might be able to tackle and take down a Mississippi State, but I don't think you guys playing Oklahoma, Texas A&M, and LSU back to back is going to be a very good season for you. I just don't. You guys had a pretty bad season last year, and I think 3 of the games that you did win, you barely won those by like 7 points or less. It was like a lot of those games was like 1 or 2 points, and one thing one of them was in double overtime. So I mean, it was super close, but it's going to be tough, man. Whether you guys end up in the West or you end up in the East, it's going to be tough. It doesn't really make a whole big change for Georgia as long as we get to play Auburn every year. I'm pretty good with that. We're going to get to play Florida no matter what. As long as we get to play Auburn, that's fine. But if we end up playing Texas, that's fine too. Excuse me. As long as we get to play Georgia Tech, they're about the same. So. But that's it, guys. I mean, the news came out. The schools announced they're not renewing their contracts, so they're completely done. Really appreciate you guys being on here. I don't even know if I'm going to put out the other video now. I made the video, process of editing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. We'll update you guys as soon as we know more. Have a great day. God bless. Go Dogs.